Alright guys, you hear it enough. You see enough random stuff that looks super confusing to you guys because it's supposed to, but let's talk about this. Let's talk about what's happening to us out here, okay? And then let's make it very clear what's happening to us, to the outside world, okay? Check this out. This is a psychological game. It's a wear in your mind. It's a play off your mind. They want you to be afraid, okay? This whole thing, I don't know the details, but when you explain this to the public, you were smeared into the ground by your own family, or a partner, or a close friend, or from a workspace place, okay? Something triggered somebody to either want something that you had, or they wanted to silence you from information that you knew. Now this is personal within this group, but this group we know is larger, but everyone has this individual group that started a slanderous campaign on them. Okay? The slander campaign starts. That gets spread around so viciously, and so many unlikely people start to parade together in a group of flying monkeys based off a lie from one vicious person that started a smear campaign. That campaign then spread so far outward to all exes, everybody that person ever knew in their life, then cutting off their support system. Because everyone that they thought loved them has now been convinced by this lie, because they usually do something legal to try to back this lie up. i.e. take your children, press false charges on you, do something to try to make what's going on in your life align with the lie that they are telling, okay? So now you have one liar, you have the smear campaign started, and you have them setting you up or harming you to make it look as if you did something wrong, okay? So now they're actually getting the people, their flying monkeys, actually believe that we are bad people, okay? So you have that one person that spun a narrative, like mine, for example, was that I'm using drugs, I'm crazy, I'm off my rocker, and I'm harming my children. So they illegally, with no court order, raped my children out of my life. So they kidnapped my children, withheld my children from me. Then they tried to get a court order. But they created a scenario that made it look as if something happened, even though nothing happened. So then multiple people will get involved, and they will start adding to the scenario. So if they don't have a good history with you, which if these are people from your past, exes, old relationships, things that were behind you, they probably aren't going to want to, treat you the very best, because you know how it is when we exit people's lives, they feel it. And then they have a personal vendetta with us for the rest of our life, even though we were never bad to them, we were always good to that person. That person's going to hate you forever because you don't serve them anymore. So they're always going to have a vendetta against you. Now imagine that times everyone you've ever known, everyone you've ever been with, anyone you've ever slept with, anyone you've ever dated, anyone you've had a child with, anybody that you've known in your family, everybody that you've ever known now believes this lie. Okay? This lie has been spread so viciously through the community. Now, each of those individual people has a personal vendetta on your ass, and you're in a down spot, you're in a bad spot. So anybody with a personal vendetta, or somebody that can't get over you, or someone that's low-key still obsessed with you, now has complete control over a scenario in your life because you have no support system and you're back so far up against the wall. So each of those person that now is involved in the smear campaign starts to take the smear campaign into their own hands. Hence, calling police on you, making false reports about you, making false reports to judges about you, putting fake PFAs on you, putting fake accusations all over you, calling schools about you, calling children and youth about you. You're now flagged in the system, okay? You've had the cops called on you so many times. You've been falsely accused, falsely reported so many times. You are now flagged inside of a system. This system now is flagging you as a terroristic threat to society. Now they are hiring people. Now that you're in this system, now that you're flagged in the system, they're hiring other U.S. civilians off of places like Indeed for a role player job, where they can then track and trace these civilians that are on this watch list for terroristic acts when they have not done anything, okay? So then they start to hire all these people. These people start to follow you around. They'll break into your homes. They'll vandalize your vehicles. They'll kill your animals. They'll constantly constantly fucking harass you. They'll do skits in front of you. You'll pull in somewhere, within 2 seconds you got a whole fan club around you. They will say certain words that you just had in a conversation 2 seconds before that right in front of you, so you know that you have no privacy, you know you're being watched, and you know they're there. They make it known that they're there. It's a psychological game. It's warfare on your mind. So they want to stress you out. They want to scare you. They want you to be afraid to talk. They want your situation to sound so insane you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, because you've been ran into the ground, you've been discredited, you've been smeared into the ground, you have no support system, and now you're being stalked, slandered, and smeared by the fucking government because they think...
241B for US 11 toward Berwick.
So they think that you are... They don't actually think, but they have it flagged in the system for their reason why you were on this watch list, okay? So from there, your financial stability tanked. If you have an apartment in your name, it will be tanked. They will call your landlord. They will get your landlord to turn your back on you. They will put cameras in your house. They will watch your every motherfucking move. They will scare the shit out of you. They will show up in your area with people that look like you, dressed like you, putting on skits in the middle of the street to cause attention so people call the cops with the description of you to set you up. They will set you up in every motherfucking possible way. You can't move funny. You can't even breathe sideways. And here's the thing. You don't. You're a good person. So it's easy for you not to get piled up. You don't live fucked up. You don't live funny. You don't live weird. But this is how we end up in these things. Now, this all major. They made themselves majorly known about 1.5 years ago to 2 years ago to a large portion of the collective. So I'm talking thousands, if not more, of people started to notice this targeting around the same time, and the tactics were exactly the same. The slander from the family was exactly the same. That's why I think this program goes deeper than that. But if you're explaining this to the outside world, this is how you explain it. This is how you explain you got into the program.
1B for US 11 toward Berwick.
This is how you explain how you got into the program. This is how you explain pretty much everything to somebody who isn't going to understand it from the outside in, because they're going to be like, why you? Why would they watch you?
What's so special? US 11 North.
What's so special about you? Why would anybody watch you? What did you do? Why are you getting smeared? Oh, this is all a lie. This doesn't make any sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to sound so fucking insane that we don't tell anybody. It's a game to psychologically wear you down. It's a slow kill program to literally psychologically wear you down, so you take your own life because you have nothing and no one. You're isolated and you're back so far up against the wall and you're discredited. You go to the cops for help. The cops have you flagged in a system. So instead you end up getting fucking harassed and like kicked out. There's no help for you anywhere that you go. The only way that this is going to end is if we get enough awareness on the people and we dismantle
north for 6 miles
and we dismantle this program from us, from the ground up. And there's no other way, but in order for that to happen, we have to gain support from the people. And they're starting to wake up and they're starting to see what's going on here. Yes, I know that we know it's bigger than that. I know it's probably been since birth. I know it's probably something about our frequency. We're all spiritual. We're all around the same age. It's all been going on around the same time. It all started with smear campaigns from somebody that we thought loved us, okay? So this shit goes deep, it goes far, and it goes wild. But you're not crazy. This shit is for real. And anybody that doesn't see it when you're posting it and you're getting backlash and you're getting like, this doesn't look like this, they're not going to understand it, because the game is set up to psychologically make it look like you're fucking insane. So if you speak up, if you talk, no one's gonna fucking believe you. But if you pile up enough proof, you pile up enough evidence, you get enough testimonies, you get enough motherfuckers behind you, they will believe you, okay? This is severe fucking abuse to a civilian where they can't even function or have a normal fucking everyday fucking life. They can't have an apartment. They can't have a fucking car. They can't have a fucking family. They can't have their fucking kids. They can't do shit. They can't do nothing. They can't have fucking pets without feeling like their fucking pets are gonna get fucking murdered, okay? So this shit is for real, and it's time for the people to wake up, okay? And this is a way that will make sense, that we can tell them what the fuck has been going on. And I know we don't give a shit what they think, but as far as us dismantling this shit and getting the justice that we all deserve, we've got to keep pushing. We got to come together and we got to raise awareness to what the shit is, because it's for real. And I know these things go back, and I know there's so many ties to things that I don't even want to say on here, because I don't want to push the people to not actually believe that this program could exist and that this could really be going on inside of their own country. The sick and vile things they do to us, and I haven't even grazed the fucking surface of the shit that we've all survived, okay? We're fucking badass motherfuckers, okay? Keep fucking shining. I'm trying to figure out ways that we can push this through. Keep fucking moving, guys. Keep fucking move it.